Hello everybody, my name is Eric and today I'm going to be talking to you about a wide-angle lens converter. Right now I'm shooting this video with my Canon T3i with my Canon 50mm 1.8 f-stop lens. It's a prime lens and it works pretty darn well and I actually quite enjoy it. It gets a nice bokeh effect as you can see. Background is kind of all fuzzed out and all that jazz. Along with having a 50mm lens on this camera is one thing, this camera has a crop sensor on it. If none of you don't know what a crop sensor is, Wikipedia link down below. And so just to tell basics, it makes it more zoomed in than a regular full frame camera. Another problem with this is that 50mm is already decently zoomed in on a regular full frame camera as is, but then it's even more on a crop sensor. Recently I've been wanting to do, some more action, type shorts and stuff like that. I figured a good investment for me to buy was a wide angle lens converter. As you see right here, it comes in this nice little pouch. And here it is. This wide angle lens adapter is a 0.43 super wide angle lens. I have it in the 52mm, for thread size. So that's pretty good. Now what does this wide angle lens actually do? Well, it kind of does what it says. It makes your already existing lens more wide angle, more zoomed out. So for a comparison, I shall show you. I'm just going to put on this lens. And it does this. Wow. A lot more room in the shot. As you can see, you can actually see more of my wall. You can see more of my posters. More of my room. It is rather astonishing, actually. Light, I love you. And lenses, I love you even more. Science, it's great. And now I'm going to show you a comparison, just side-by-side comparison. Here you go. What do I think about this lens? Well, first the pros. I think that, it's not too lightweight, so you're like, this thing's a flimsy piece of crap. And it's not too heavy to make you be really worried about your lens. It has a proper amount of bulk to it to make you feel like, okay, this is actually pretty solid. I like it. Pro is that, now you can sit down your tripod and you can, just throw this lens on to get a wider perspective, and then you can just take it off and then you get a different perspective. And it makes you just feel like you've moved outwards or you've changed to a different lens. And some of you may say, well, why don't you just do that in post? Why don't you shoot out wider so you can zoom in later? Well, for one, you actually have to be pretty good at doing that, because if you don't set it up the shot right, your zoom in is going to look like crap. Two, it lowers your picture quality because you're zooming in on those pixels. And three, it doesn't actually look as much as a different camera, because that's really the point of zooming it in, to make it look like you have multiple cameras, you know, and you've moved the camera and stuff like that. It doesn't really look like that. With this lens, you're actually changing the focal length. And like right now, if I take this off, you know, put it back to, it would be a 50mm, but with this on now, it makes it to about a 23mm lens, which some people may say, you know, for crop nerds, so that's still kind of zoomed in, but for me personally, that is not zoomed in. It works perfectly fine. I could even gotten, you know, the 0.35x one off Amazon. I think it would have been about the same price, but you know, I'm totally fine with this. And actually, I may even get that one as well because I wouldn't mind getting a little bit further out as well. So what are my problems with this lens? What are the cons? It's actually not many, to be truthfully honest. One of the regular cons of it is it's a little bit. I mean, it's not very expensive, but there are cheaper lenses out there. You know, so this is like 28 bucks, I think, off Amazon. You know, there's ones off Amazon and eBay that go for like 10, but it's not a big issue for me, really. It does, you know, psychologically you know that this is a cheaper lens, so you're like, I want better quality. It's not, that's also a nitpick. And then the third real issue is maybe it's just me, but I seem to see a little bit more softness around the edges. I think that's really personally for me just because I've been shooting on 50mm for so long that having a bit zoomed out, you know, is a different look. So maybe I just see the maybe softer edges as just maybe some differences between, you know, shooting further out, you know, at like the 23mm like this is now instead of 50. I don't know, but that's really the only cons that I've been able to find with this lens so far. I mean, yeah, I've only had it for a couple hours, but so far it's working perfectly well, and I can't wait to actually use it along Ultra Photo, which is actually the same company who makes this lens, ND filters, and so I got a 3-pack, and you know, I've done a couple tests with them. They're pretty freaking sweet, and I'm actually going to be shooting a video for French class soon. It's going to be a music video. It's going to be ridiculous. When that gets finished, I'll load it up onto YouTube to have you guys watch it. So yeah, that's it. All of you have a very nice day. This has been Eric from Horrible Green Screen 1 signing off, saying good luck and watch good movies.